Hello and welcome. This is Mousegunner, and we're back with some more The Long Journey Home. Now, we just had an encounter with a wrecked ship, and I want to see if we found anything on this galaxy map, because it did say something about a location. Oh, we also know about that plant race and their location. Oh, here it is. Yeah, that's the system you pointed out. So there's a shipwreck in there. Okay. We're going to want to come back there, I think, at some point. I want to go to the Kudha station up here. So, oh, there is repairs and restock here, too. So, definitely want to go up that way. But for now, we're just going to close out. And I'm going to aim for some of the other planets in the system. Blah, blah, blah. That's the Kudhast. Okay. Well, just kind of keep going in this direction. Hopefully we'll end up in the direction of the ice planet. And then we'll rendezvous with some of the planets on the outer edge of the system. Now, that brown planet looks like it is smaller, so we shouldn't have any problems with gravity. Even this ice planet looks on the small end of things, but sometimes that can be misleading. I think it might depend upon what else is in the system. Hey. We're at least along the orbit line of the ice planet, but we're still a ways away from it. Fuel is becoming a problem, but if I can get to that station, I can restock, and then I don't even have to worry about any of that. Now, I do have some fuel in my cargo hold that I can use as an emergency stopgap. But ideally, what I want to do is go to that station, restock the fuel. That will fill me up all the way regardless. And then we'll go from there. I was hoping that the Litsa base would have that, but unfortunately it did not. Okay. Getting close to the planet. Hard to say at this distance what kind of gravity we're going to expect here. Gravity's high. We've got some earthquakes. Otherwise, just some copper. I don't know if that's worth a mission or not. Yeah, what the hell. High gravity doesn't worry me too much. The earthquakes are going to be somewhat of a problem, but as long as we're not touching the ground when they happen, it shouldn't be too problematic. So we're just going to have to fight the gravity initially, which I already have done. Now I have to kill... So there's the earthquakes. Okay. Every so often there's going to be an earthquake, and I just need to not touch the ground when that happens. So there's one there. Alright, I guess that's all we're going to get. One bit of copper. Alright. I don't know if that was worth the fuel. But we didn't take any damage, so you can't be too upset with that. Our lander is fairly repaired, so I think we're going to be using this copper immediately to repair our ship, which has taken some damage, which it happens every time you jump. It's unavoidable. Alright. Let's go to that resources, and we'll use the copper to repair our ship. Oh, there's a little vine guy. At first I thought that was a robot, but... Is the other dude gonna be around? I mean, that looks like the vine guy there. Maybe. The little Glooks guy is nowhere to be seen. Alright, that's fine. Let's see on the map. So we're gonna go I am starting to get a little bit concerned about the fuel to the point that I'm almost considering just leaving the system. And we just have a little bit more to explore, and then we can leave. I have to just keep a little bit of faith because of the large capacity of our fuel tanks. And again, I have hydrogen and helium in cargo bays, so it comes down to it, I can refuel if we need it, but I'm going to wait until the last second before I start doing that. I also have a small fuel tank as an emergency reserve if it comes down to that as well. We have an Elitsa privateer speeding past us. You know, I never really paid attention. Did we install that one shield? Yeah. So we just need better weapons, really. Alright, we're coming in there. Got the orbit in sight. And then once we jump out of here, we're going to jump into the system that has the starbase, and we're going to make a beeline for it. Okay, we're going to go to the brown planet first. It's possible that there's something on the gas giant, but I'm not going to waste the fuel to find out. Okay, so temperature is high, but we have to keep in mind that I have the one ship system, at least I think I do, that's a heat shield. So mostly the winds are going to be a problem, but I want to see what the heat shield does. So this might be a short mission. We'll see. I might not actually even go down there and get the iron. I just want to see what happens when we're on a hotter planet. Because it says it reduces it by 50%, so that might mean that on a hot planet you're still taking damage. So we'll see here in a second. No damage right now. Now there's damage. Alright, let's just get the hell out of here. I just wanted to see what happened. And it's clear that, yeah, you take damage. Okay. We're done with the system. I'm not going to bother with the... It just at a slower rate, that's all. I mean, it's still good, but I would have liked a means to actually totally negate the heat damage, because it's such a prevalent effect on planets that it is kind of, you know, something you have to deal with. All right, we're just going to jump out of here. Alright, so fuel is very low, and honestly, exploring that planet was a big waste of my fuel. But, as I said, we're going to make a beeline for this space station, and I think the fuel will hold out for that. And, hopefully we can trade the Kuthast shells to the space station, because that's pretty much what they told me to do, so... Now, we could take this gate and go into another nebula, but we're not going to do that, because I have an Elitsa pass that will allow me to go into the Elitsa system. Okay, so unfortunately, that space station is well away from where I want to be. But we're just going to let this carry us at the speed that it's carrying us. This guy's coming right for us. So it's Kuthast. That's fine. Hopefully they don't, like, yell at me or something. I would not appreciate that very much. Okay. Seekers, we are authorized to scan your vessel for contraband and other banned substances. Acknowledge. I hope the shells are not contraband, because that would piss me off to no end. Alright, we'll accept. Scanning in progress. No artifacts of non-truth detected. Thank you for your time. Okay, we'll ask them about the Kuthast shell. Our protective suits, yes. Much of our technology is for your benefit. The raw power of our naked presence would fry your ships and bodies. We find even our most sincere apologies usually insufficient. Alright, we're gonna show them the shell. Our protective suits, yes. Okay, yeah, same thing. I guess we don't have a whole lot else to talk to these guys about, so we're just gonna go away. Because these guys, they're just border guard, more or less. They're making sure that we don't have anything that they consider contraband. We want to go in the direction... like that direction, probably? I hate that you have to think that through so much. Which direction do I want to go when I leave the encounter? Kind of lame. I think we've also lost a lot of our speed leaving that encounter, because I think we were going above 3. And I have a feeling the star is going to pull us in. So either way, I think these encounters can be kind of a pain in the ass. Especially as I didn't ask for that encounter. That was something that was forced upon me. Now we're going to speed up here, but unfortunately the star also pulled us in quite a bit. So I'm going to have to correct for it. As a matter of fact, I said I'm going to make a beeline for this space station. I'm going to make a beeline for this space station. Screw the planet being more convenient. We're going to get refueled here. And hopefully we'll be a little bit better off for it. Now, they did say to go to a station to turn in here. Wasting a lot of fuel to do that, but that's okay, because we're going to get refueled. Oh, we had another plant dude there that we could have talked to. Okay. Oh, hail. Greetings. In the name of truth, come dock. Okay. So we'll see. I mean, there was no space stations to speak of. Welcome, welcome. Be blessed by truth. All right, we're going to show them the Kutas shell. You have new shells, brother? They have new shells, so we will give them that. It's only taking 2. We have 4. Give. We get 150 credits. Finally, no more chafing. We're energy beings, brother. We don't chafe. Speak for yourself, brother, so we can show it to him again and get another 150. You have new shells, brother? They have new shells. All right. Get another 150. So that was a nice run for some cash. What are dregs? I don't actually know what dregs are. All right. Services. Restock is first. I want ship fuel. That is the more important of the two. And again, that's a flat fee. 100 is flat fee. So it didn't matter how out of fuel I had. If I only had 25% of my fuel gone, if I wanted to restock that fuel, it cost me 100. That is kind of eh. Not sure how much I like that. Repairs. We really don't have anything to repair. And again, flat fee. It's 150 to repair your ship hull regardless of how damaged it is. Shop. The Book of the Second Testament. Well, that could help us to an extent. Book of the First Dawn, a Kutas tome prophesizing the final resting place of their 3 fabled relics. So it looks like you need both of these relics if you want to do that. I mean, that's kind of what we're on a mission to do, so I feel like that's something we should do. I don't think that's something that we have. We have this. The question I have is, should we show them the ancient statue? Because we don't really know. They seem to be really caring about that kind of thing, but we don't know what reaction we were going to get from them. But I think maybe we buy these items and we study them. It seems like a good call. So I'm going to buy both of these. I mean, more or less, the mission we did would pay for these. So... and the repairs or the refueling that we did. And we'd make a little bit of profit beyond. But let's go ahead and buy both of these. I kind of like the idea. Okay. We have both books. Let's take a look in the lab. See what we have to say about it. Huh. Okay, so nothing? Well, that was a waste of money. Not sure why I bought that now. You would think the archaeologist would want that item, but... You know, that's one of the things that's so frustrating about this game is you don't know what the purpose of an item is, and you don't know if it's something you can use or is useful or not. I don't know if I just wasted my money or not. It's one thing if, you know, that's kind of part of the game, but the game's so punishing. It's so hard to get currency in this game, and I possibly just wasted it on something that's totally and completely useless. So, not sure I'm a fan of that at all. Okay, well, I think that's as much as I wanted to do. I do want to show them the ancient statue just to see if they have anything to say about it. Hey, apologies. Our knowledge of the galaxy remains limited. Okay, whatever. For now, brother. Yeah, it's the same response we get every time. We can ask them about work. Let us see. We do not have anything at the present that needs doing. All of our starports could most likely use additional shells grown in our planetary missions. They hold our essence together while in your presence. So technically, I could make that run back and forth, back and forth, back and forth if I wanted to. It's not necessarily a bad thing. We don't need them ourselves, really, but we have found that other sentients... Yeah, we know this. Alright, but we have found that other sentients prefer to converse through this oral standard instead of modular energy. Also, the approximation of what you organic ones call a face, not being disintegrated into a small pile of ash, is also usually appreciated. Alright, I think we have wasted enough of their time. Before you depart, perhaps an extract from our word. Alright, yeah, sure. We reviewed an extract from the Book of the Final Dawn. Starfather had given the primal Kutast more than a spark of life. He gave them the truth. Then the path to the Pillars of Ascension was not one that could be walked alone. Indeed, to that end, he broke the key to the Pillars of Ascension into 3 parts, where 3 was the number and the most appropriate number. First of the 3 parts was the astrolabe, or astrolabe, to guide our souls. The compass to guide our hearts. Finally, the sextant to guide our bodies. Once united, they would show the path to where the Pillars of Ascension would finally open. The next plane beckons us to join those who came before. Starfather be praised, Starmother be praised. This ends the Book of the Final Dawn. I have a feeling that, you know, this might be a guess, but I have a feeling that there may be more than one ending to this game, and I wonder if that, finding those artifacts, is one ending. Okay, now I have no idea which way to exit here, because I guess we want to exit this direction. But that may be one possible ending. An ending where you get those artifacts and then you, I don't know, ascend to a higher plane or something. I'm assuming that ancient statue is not what we were really... I do want to initiate this encounter. I just want to see what these guys have to say for themselves. Because the other one was just... He was a dude that wanted to come on our ship. So we'll see if this is more of the same. I doubt it. Oh wow, that ship looks cool. To be summer season of bloom, to be welcomed by the vine. Okay, so Avatar of the Bloom. We could ask them about themselves. To stretch across the domain, to be part of all living creatures. Vine flourishes in bloom, vine constricts in thorn. A season for both, a season for all. To persist until all stars are dark, to perhaps not be as long as predicted. We can ask them about work. They have nothing to offer, to be sorry. Alright, they have a weird way of talking, but that's fine, I guess. Show them Toby. To have duty, to return to Yarzal immediately. Alright, whatever. Goodbye. To bid farewell. Away we go. I don't know if we got much out of them, but their ships look cool. So far, that might be one of my favorite races of the aliens that we've encountered. Alright, so we'll stop over by this blue planet, see what we can find. I mean, that's going to be a gas giant, is it not? Probably not something that we can safely even encounter, but we'll see. I mean, it'd be nice to get some source of fuel. And speaking of fuel, probably would be a good idea to refuel a little bit. I mean, we could save the borates if we want, until we absolutely need them. To get more resources for the normal fuel would be nice. Especially as we just have naturally, I mean, we restocked our fuel, so... I just get the feeling that this is going to be a wasted trip. But we're not too bad off for fuel, so I think we can at least attempt this. I mean, it's not that big of a gas giant, but, I mean, part of the word gas giant makes you think it's a giant, right? Gravity's high, convection is strong. You know, this actually might be doable. Let me check real quick who we have on the lander. It should be Malcolm. High is doable. Atmosphere thick, I'm not sure. I mean, it says low risk. I've never done anything on a gas giant, so I have really no idea what to expect. But let's try it. Helium, fluorine, krypton, that all sounds cool. Let's land. Or do you really land on a gas giant? We'll see what how they do this. This is my absolute first experience with a planet like this. Oh, that's cool. Oh, I forgot to thrust. Okay. We're doing okay. Not exactly sure. Ah, there it is. Okay. Got that bit. Oh, alright. So we're taking damage, and I wonder if it's because of the atmosphere. Let's get out here a little bit. Yes, so as long as we're deep like that... I'm not trying to come down here. It just kind of happened. Oh, okay, so the gas is being blown around, too. Alright. Okay, I had a little bit. Okay, we're taking damage. I'm not exactly sure what's causing that. Okay. Let's go up. There's gases up here. Is this just as bad to be in? Yeah, we're taking damage. So as long as we're in these bands, we can suck up stuff, but we have the chance of damage. Interesting. Alright. Let's try for... I was gonna say one more, and then skipped past me. Wow, it takes way too long to adjust for things. Let's go for this bigger bit. Okay. I think that's enough. I've had enough. Get out of here. It's very interesting, though, the way that they construct that. There's bands of gas. You go into a band, you have risk of taking damage. I'm not exactly sure why, but you have risk of taking damage. You go in there, you suck up the gas. The gas has a, movement to it. So, yeah, that's pretty cool. I like that quite a bit. Hopefully, we can get some items to make our lander more effective at missions like that. And as far as our resources go, We now have fluorine gas, which is uncommon. Hopefully it will be a little bit better to refuel us than, well, no, not hopefully. For sure it will be better to refuel us than the other gases that we have, the helium and the hydrogen. So now I feel a little bit more confident. We have copper and decent abundance. Actually, metals is probably the one thing I feel like we're a little bit down on. We have a lot of these borates, and borates are fantastic for refueling your EM tank. I mean, just one of them almost entirely refills one. So just a couple of these things and I'd probably be almost entirely full up. So we have a number of jumps that we can do with the borates that we have. The gases that we have are going to be good for our fuel. So mostly just metals, I think, at this point. In any case, I think this is a good point to go ahead and put a cut in the video. So I hope you guys have enjoyed. This is Mouse Gunner signing out.